Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It is 6:27, and you all know how we do it. We get started at exactly 6:30. So give us a couple of minutes here. Good morning, everybody. To share the group. All right, praise God. All right. Today is a good day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, it is 6:28. So I'm going to go ahead and just begin in prayer, and then we are going to move forward. Maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Oh, I know you guys are probably, some of you know our guest here this morning. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Deborah. See you guys popping up out there in the Facebook world. Okay, good morning, Lawman. Yes. And Roderick, good morning to you. Yes. It's good to see you guys out there, to know that you're present with us and praying for us, right? Yes, we got a couple of minutes, actually 1 minute, and we're going to get started. So we say to those that are either on YouTube or Facebook, come on in the room. Come on in. Good morning, Deetra. Good morning, Veronica. Hello, everybody. Yes, we're doing something a little different today, but we are excited about it. Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Good morning. All right. So, um, want to welcome you to the broadcast of Unpacking Your Purpose. And I am Glenda Hyde. I am the visionary of this God inspired ministry. I am also a women's pastor at my father's house in Natchitoches. And I'm the blessed and happy wife of Apostle A.E. Hyde. And here at Unpacking Your Purpose, we help women to release emotional pain, yes, to recover their identity in Christ and to find their purpose. So we want to say welcome back to those that have joined us before. And if you are listening to joining for the first time, want to welcome you to this broadcast. And also for those that will watch this later on the replay, want to say hello to you as well. So this month we have been um, dealing with depression, so to speak, or showing how we can decline depression. As many of you know, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we know that in our country, for sure, that if we look on the news, we can see, or just in our environments around us, what people are going through, that there is a mental health crisis going on. And so we want to really highlight this and try to offer some resources on how, we can deal with depression, which is one of the major things that is happening around us. And today, in order to do that, we're going to talk about grief, grappling with grief. Grief being a deep sorrow, and a sorrow that's usually caused by the loss of someone that you love, are experiencing some type of loss. So today we have with us the beautiful Melissa Morris. And she is a spiritual daughter. She's one of the women's leaders at my father's house, an elder's wife. And she's going to be with us sharing her journey today, because in March of this year, that commemorated 1 year of the passing of her husband, Patrick. Excuse me. So she has joined us today to share some of her experiences and how she has navigated through it to decline depression. Melissa?
Hello, good morning, everyone. Um, like Pastor G said, this has been a journey for me. So many emotions, and we know that depression is real. It is real. But I can say, I thank God that I have not fallen into depression. And it all began last year of March when um, my mind frame at that moment was when Pat was actually getting ready to go overseas, and he was in Texas. And my mind frame was on the point of him leaving to go overseas. But March the 4th, I got a knock on the door. And the men, you see this on the news. So, my mind was not on, getting a knock at the door that my husband had passed away. So when they knocked and I opened the door, I knew something was wrong when I saw them standing there. And when they told me, I regret to inform you, that's when it hit me, what's going on. And then they went in to tell me, your husband, we sorry to inform, we regret to inform you that your husband, Patrick Morris. I'm looking at them like, no, you at the wrong house. My husband is just over in Texas training. You are at the wrong house. So it just went over my head what they were saying. And I'm standing there and I'm in disbelief. I'm numb. So that's when it all began. I'm standing there, I'm looking at them, and they just talking to me, and I'm like looking at them with my hands open, like, what are you saying? And I immediately, I was gonna get on the phone, call my daughter. I, started calling people because I heard them, but I still didn't believe it, and days everybody was coming to visit and all that, and still numb, still not believing what they were saying. And uh, the sergeant came to my house to talk to me, sit down and talk. What this gonna happen? I'm still numb, not believing what they were saying.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it just,
Yes.
like I said, it's been a process for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when we talk about sadness, uh, yeah, I mean, I was sad. I mean, I was sad to the point, I would be crying some days, but uh, I find myself, I knew during my I had to let that cry go. I feel like when you sad, you cannot hold stuff in when you sad. And I had to, I everybody, I don't vent to everybody, but I find myself venting to God. God, I feel this way. God, I feel that way. I
Mm-hmm.
feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm lonely. What's next for me? He's
Mm-hmm.
gone. He told me he was coming back. So all of those emotions, because we know sadness is an emotion.
Yes.
And I know sometimes people do feel sad, but sadness, you can really, come out of sadness. Uh, it was just a temporal thing for me. I get sad, I cry, I would, hollow, because that was my emotion for me right then. I did things to get it out. I didn't just hold it in. And people always look at me, you look good, you fine. And then I would question myself, am I really fine? Am I really fine? So my sadness was crying and screaming and uh, like he physically here, and I'm fussing at him. Why did you do this? So I was
Mm-hmm.
sad
Mm-hmm.
because I felt lonely and I was hurt. So that was my way of getting it out,
Mm-hmm.
letting go.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say I was depressed because I wasn't holding it in. And depression is when you get in a dark place and you don't want to be around anybody. You want to be you just in your house. You don't want to talk. You don't want nobody mess with you. And you just
Mm-hmm.
in a dark place and you feel like you
Mm-hmm.
can't get out. But I promise you, you can get out of depression. You don't have to
Yes.
be in depression because I didn't go.
Yes.
I didn't allow myself to go there. I,
Yes.
I made that choice. I'm not gonna, I know the point. I knew how far I could go, before I got into that depression. I made that choice. I'm not gonna go in depression. It's
Mm-hmm.
more out there for me. I want to see this happen. I want to see that happen. I have two kids. They're not married. It's just something I wanted to look forward to. So I did not allow myself to go into depression. Sad, yes, I was sad, and sometimes I might probably didn't want to eat, but I ate
Mm-hmm.
still. And
Mm-hmm.
that's another part of depression. You don't want to eat anything, you don't want to do anything, but I find myself still doing things, you
Mm-hmm.
know, moving.
Mm-hmm.
And even I'm be honest with you, I feel like I was supposed to go get my hair done this following day. I felt bad about going get it done. No, you will get your hair done because that's what I did. I just
Mm-hmm.
kept going. It's just stuff that that will motivate you to keep going. You should do it.
Mm-hmm.
You should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I have plants in my house, and that's another motivational thing for me. If you feel like something small that won't motivate you, it will. And I tell you, yeah, I'm excited about seeing my plants grow, and I know they need
Mm-hmm.
water and they need sunlight. So I have to get up and open my blinds, and it's just small things that helps me to move, to get
Yes.
out of bed, because depression will keep you, bound. You don't want to get up. You don't want to do anything. Just lay there. And another
Mm-hmm.
thing for me, I've always just got up anyway. I don't just lay there. I make the choice. I'm gonna get up and keep going. And but I mean, like I say, my
Mm-hmm.
sadness is me crying out
Mm-hmm.
and screaming.
Okay.
But
Mm-hmm.
my point was,
Mm-hmm.
if I felt like I was going into a depression state, I would boldly say, God, I need your help.
That's good. That's
I,
good.
you know, immediately, immediately, he was there
Yes.
because, he knew my point, and I knew how far I was going. So I needed to get back.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it is a journey. It's not
Yes.
easy. It still hurts,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm moving forward.
Very good. I mean, that is awesome there. And like one of the questions that I had was that what's the difference between sadness and depression? And I thank you for clarifying that feeling sad, that's normal. It's a human emotion. You are gonna feel sadness, but you definitely showed us the difference between feeling sad and moving into a depression. And so, that's important that I'm hoping that people are catching out there. Sadness is okay. It's part of our human experience, but depression and sadness is two different things. And so that was a very good point. And so you said here that in your journey, you have not allowed yourself to fall prey to the depression, and you've been giving us some tips on how you did that, and that is awesome. Can we talk a little bit more about the 5 stages of grief that they talk about? You mentioned in the beginning that you initially, well, just so people can be reminded, those 5 stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And this is what medical experts have summed up to be the 5 stages of grief. And there is another model that has 7 stages. So it suggests here that depression is highly, likely or even inevitable. Do you disagree or agree with depression as being like something you have to go through in this experience based on your own experience? Do you
No,
agree or disagree?
I do disagree on that because, like I said, I didn't allow myself to go through the depression stage. I did go to the denial stage because I, numb, didn't believe it for months. I mean, like I say, the men went overseas. You know, in my mind at the moment, those moments, I felt like he was overseas. He
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't back yet, even though
Yes.
in reality he was actually gone and was not coming back. So
Mm.
yes, I did go through that stage denial. I went through the stage of anger because I was angry with everybody. I was angry with the military. I'm like, y'all did not, what did y'all not do? Was why, I found out that nobody rode in the ambulance with him. I was mad about that. I'm like, why did nobody get in there with him? How do I know y'all didn't? I'm sorry, I'm still like I'm angry, but
That's
I'm not.
okay.
But
It's okay.
uh, I'm like, why didn't anybody get in the ambulance with him?
Mm-hmm.
So I was angry. I was angry with the military. I was angry with Pat. Why did you leave? Because you said you was coming back. And it's like I'm telling him, I'm angry with him and I'm talking to him and I know he's not here, but I was angry with him for
Mm-hmm.
leaving. And he told me he was coming back. Even
Mm-hmm.
my daughter experienced that anger because she
Yes.
was mad because he left and he said he was coming back. I'm like, you left me here to do all of this on my own, and I have to reprogram, rethink how am I going to do this? It was times I was like, how am I going to do this? You left me back here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you did all the stuff, you did the little things, but
Yes.
God still He helped me though. But
Mm-hmm. Thank
I
you,
was
Lord.
angry. That anger,
Yes.
yes, I was angry. And the
Mm.
bargaining, I did the bargaining. I just reflected on everything, all my emotions, everything I was going through. I said, now
Mm-hmm.
what if he was at home? This would have never happened. What if I was there with him? Why wasn't I there with him?
Mm.
Or I should have called him when, I did talk to him on my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
He had called me and we was talking and I said, I think you feel like this deployment is different. He said, yeah, it is different. And then I'm thinking about, did he know anything? And, at the end, I said, well, don't worry, take care of yourself. God got us. I just said, God got us. So after that, we hung up and I got off early that day. And I actually went to watch the vehicle, and I was gonna call him and say, you know what, I watched the truck myself. And then I'm thinking like, why didn't I call him? Because when his phone ring and I call him, it'll say Master Morris calling. And my mind immediately went, why didn't I call him? If he would have heard Master Morris, he would have known that was me. But that was my
Mm-hmm.
bargaining. What if
Mm-hmm.
I would have done
Mm-hmm.
this? What if?
Mm.
And
Yes.
the like I said, the depression part, I just haven't allowed I didn't allow myself to go there. I didn't choose to go that way. I felt like if I would have said I kept being sad and I lingered more toward the depression, I would have been in depression. But I didn't allow myself to even go that way. I
Mm-hmm.
always would cry, but then I come back, and I'd be all right because I have
Mm-hmm.
let it out. I
Mm-hmm.
did not just sit there and think about, oh, I'm sad, oh, and this and that. I did not think like that. And
Mm-hmm.
the acceptance, you know, I am having better days than sad days. So uh, I'm not saying I'm forgetting him but I'm just trying to move forward, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm accepting it more
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not. I'm at that stage now. I'm in that stage of acceptance now. I
Mm-hmm.
have gone through the other stages, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
now it is the acceptance part. It's the
Mm-hmm.
part that it is hard. It's hard. It's
Mm-hmm.
still hard to let go, but I'm accepting, and I feel like I am walking in that because I was sitting down one day, and I'm like, Lord, I have a good day. I didn't even cry. I didn't do this. I didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just think about it. I thought about it. I didn't have a bad day. Memories come up, yes, and also through my sadness. When I want to hear His voice, when I want to hear His voice, I have things I could go back and reflect on. I could hear His voice when I want to hear it. When I was sad, he actually wrote. They sent me the uniform top he had on the day he passed away, and it's in a bag. And when I want to feel him and smell him, I had gotten that jacket and I just put it on and wrapped it around me. So it has been a lot of things that I've done that nobody really know. Some people knew, but some didn't know
Mm-hmm.
what I had to endure to just make it through. And
Yes.
I have found some things. Even on the computer, one day I told somebody that uh, I found a set. He was on the computer. He was always doing his work on the computer, but that particular night, I don't know what he was doing, and he actually left something saying, "I'm Patrick Morris, and I really, really love Melissa Morris." And I just, I needed that. I needed
Mm-hmm.
that. And then I found
Mm-hmm.
a little note in my car one day. I don't know what he was doing, why he did it, but and it said, "I have a wonderful wife." And Those things
Oh,
I really needed. God knew
beautiful.
what I needed. So
Yes.
I mean, I don't. I like I say, I don't allow myself to go into depression. I just
Yes.
reflect on back on everything, all the memories,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
trying to make new memories with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank God for family and friends and everybody. But like I say, it's a journey. It's a new way of thinking. I uh like I said, if I get overwhelmed, I'm calling out to God. I need your help, God, because I cannot do this by myself.
Yes.
And it's just a lot of things. Like I say, I'm still in the acceptance stage, so
Yes.
that's where I
Yes.
am now.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I just to point out to depression, you have to go through certain symptoms for a prolonged period of time. So, if you are not getting out of bed for a couple of weeks, you're not eating, you're not, wanting to do around, that's when you have moved into depression.
Right,
So we just want to stress that sadness, absolutely, it's part of the human experience. It's natural. You should feel sad. You're going to cry,
right.
but you don't have to. You can decline depression. You
You
can say
can.
no to
Yes,
depression. And
yes,
so I'm just glad to hear that today. And this is based on one woman's experience. But when one person experiences something, that lets us know that the possibility for us to have that same experience is possible. So I
yes,
just want to encourage someone out there today and let you know that you may be feeling sad and you have sorrow, but you don't have to stay in a dark pit. You don't even have to go. But if you end up in it, there is a way
right,
out. And
right.
I want to, Melissa, can you give, as we wrap up, three tips, three overall tips for someone that may be grieving right now or someone that may have sank into a depression? What are three things you can leave them with today to help them on their journey?
Okay. I would like to say that you do have a choice. You make that choice. Only you know how far you can go. You know how far it would take you to go into the depression stage. You have that choice. You make the choice to be a positive person. Make that choice to not go in that depression stage because we all know everybody's different. Everybody grieve differently. So you have the choice. Do I want to go that way, or do I could be sad, yes, but I
Mhm.
don't want to stay there. I want to get up. I want to get to moving, and
Okay.
also find the peace in God. That's the main thing. I mean, for me, I pray over my house. I walk through my house. I pray for peace. When people come in, I want them to feel the peace and love of God. So and also it's a uh, when I want to feel the peace of God, I put on spiritual music. It's a song that I love to listen to. I don't know if you know it by DJ Haddon. You complete me, and I listen to the words over and over. You be my eyes. It is just the words of that song just helps me, and also be motivated. Be motivated to get up. Find something that'll keep you going. I like to be pampered, so I go get my massages every month. I make sure I get my massage in. I do. I love them. I like to travel. So we are in this summer. I'm taking two trips. One to Colorado with family, and one to Disneyland in California. Both of them in
Mhm.
July. So find that thing that's going to motivate you. I don't care what it is that's going to keep you going. Just if it's something small, like I said, I like my plant. I'm so happy that they growing because I didn't think I had a green thumb. I died. But when I see those growing and I know what they need, that motivates me to get up, open my blinds so they can get up, get some sunlight. So find something that'll motivate you. Don't it's always something that's gonna motivate. I don't care what it is. Something small can motivate you. You know what will motivate you. You know what's gonna keep you going. So
Mhm.
I pray that I said something. And like I say, it has been a journey for me. I'm not allowing myself to go in a deep depression. I get up, I get to moving, I do things to keep me going. Yes, it's okay to be sad, but just don't stay there. And I thank y'all, and I hope and pray that I said something that'll help y'all.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to be free and open to let you know. I might, it be days, but that I might get sad, but I might cry, let it out, but then I get all right.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you, Melissa, for sharing. I know that our audience has been blessed, and those that will listen to this later, that this will bless them. And we appreciate your transparency and for just, being willing to come here today and to share your heart and share your experience. So we appreciate that. And we want to say to those that are out there that are grappling with grief, we just hope that you were able to pull something from this experience that will help you break through your darkness or help you to continue to, walk through what you're going through. And we pray God's peace and strength and love over you today. And thank you guys for joining us here
Thank you.
and unpacking your purpose. Thank you, Melissa. Thank
Thank
everybody
you.
for joining us. Hello to those that came on a little late. Um, and yes, I see some comments popping up out there. Yes, it's okay. So that's good. Eureka brought up she didn't feel like it was okay to be sad. Sad is normal, So yes, it's the human experience. So you can't just not be sad. If something is sad, you're gonna be sad, right? you
Right.
know
You better be
hmm
sad.
yeah, so that's okay to be that way. I didn't know if there were any other questions out there. While we're here, we're gonna end, but if there are any other questions out there, we definitely, let's see if there are any other questions or comment. All right. God bless you all. Okay, so there's nothing else out there. So we're going to go ahead and sign off, and we're going to say to everybody, have a super blessed day. God bless you, and we love you.
Love you.